From Commerce Bank Field at Foley Stadium in Worcester, Massachusetts, Charter TV3 presents exclusive coverage of the 4th annual Mewhiney All-Star Classic. The best of the North face off against the best of the South as the top seniors in Central Mass hit the gridiron one more time. It's high school football summer edition on Charter TV3. Hello everyone, welcome down to the field. I'm Kevin Shea, joined alongside by Andy Lacombe. We have the Hawaiian shirts on. This is Central Mass's version of the Pro Bowl, a tradition unlike any other. It's really about camaraderie. It's about kids that didn't know each other, were enemies for 4 years, coming together over 2 weeks of practice, becoming friends, and having one more chance to put on that helmet and shoulder pads and play as a high school football player.
It's about Shrewsbury kids who couldn't wear red in high school because their rivals were St. John's lining up next to Pioneers, and it's about Leominster and Fitchburg and other guys battling out on the same side. This is a phenomenal game. It's been a close, hotly contested game the last couple of years. There's been some controversy. We've had a little bit of everything and expect more of the same. A lot of talent out on the field here today.
Yeah, we're certainly looking forward to the broadcast. It's the North and the South, the Mewhiney High School Football All-Star Classic right here on Charter TV3. We're back with the opening kickoff right after this.
Bay State Savings Bank brings you Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Kasasa checking.
Ask for Kasasa by name at Bay State Savings Bank, proud sponsor of the Friday Night Football Frenzy.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston.
Welcome back, everyone. Commerce Bank Field at Foley Stadium. Kevin Shea and Andy Lacombe, Phil Robo, our statistician, the best in the business. The Joseph Mewhiney Central Mass High School Football All-Star Game. As we mentioned in the open, this is always a fun evening of football where you look at guys that were sworn enemies for 4 years and hated each other, and now they're teammates and friends. Dave Buchanan, the head coach at Quabbin, is the head coach of the North team. He and his staff have done a great job over the last 2 weeks to get this group ready to play and to play the Quabbin style, too. To play that spread offense.
That's a lot of points, that style. A lot of offense, a lot of airing it out. You know, you don't see a ton of offense in this game traditionally here in the summer, but we'll see what Quabbin and the staff has up their sleeve out there. Sometimes it's more difficult to get that offense generated after some time away from the game. Buchanan's got that good offensive lineman mind, so he knows what he's doing. John Aloisi's the head coach of the South squad. He took Shrewsbury to the state finals this past fall.
He's done a great job, too. The Shrewsbury staff, same thing. You got 2 weeks to mold your team together. Tommy Hendrickson retired this year. He does. He knows exactly where it is. Retired this year after a great run at St. Peter Marion. And he's been instrumental in this game since it came back to a Central Mass format.
This has been a competitive, as we said, game. It has come down to the wire.
Yeah.
In the 3 previous meetings.
Yeah, the 4th annual, and I like it. I like the format of going central. Look at Tony Hawk Gannon, one of the all-time greats there with Harold Ogilvy. Harold in the orange Maynard hat, but Tony Hawk Gannon retiring after 30-plus years coaching baseball, basketball, and football at Clinton High School, his alma mater. And he's the best. Look at him, honorary captain.
And they're giving him a nice round of applause, a little honor for Coach Gannon as he a mainstay on that football staff with Coach Constantino, and of course there'll be a different group there in Clinton.
I love looking in the
this
crowd.
fall.
Look at Rossi. He has taken it right down to the wood.
Mike Ross.
See him right there?
I'm wearing a Grafton football t-shirt under my Hawaiian shirt.
Leave no man behind.
That Rossi handed out. I needed an extra tee. It was a little chilly. I had one of Rossi's in the office, and so we threw that one on.
He's the best. Rossi's been catching bass. He's been out on the lake doing a lot of fishing this spring.
South is in the white, North is in the blue, and the North squad will get the ball first. They're the home team in this, the 4th annual game.
Rossi's got a handful of his West Boylston guys here too. Someone down there in the North for North Middlesex. Is it Zach Wheeler? No. Jake Hashey, one of the deep men.
Yep.
And that's Hashey right there going back into the end zone. He's going to bring it out. I like it. Aggressive play to the 10, to the 15, and buried at the 18-yard line.
Kyle
Good
Driscoll
tackle.
got his nose in there right away. David Prouty.
He's going to be a linebacker. He's a quarterback and a linebacker. You love that mentality. Driscoll's a beast. We saw him in practice. He's a strong kid, and of course, anyone that plays at Prouty loves to hit.
I mean, the whole thing's got full all discombobulated. The hit in the early going, Foles on the sideline, trying to figure out what's going on down there.
Foles was told that it was going to be sunny today, and he could just work on his tan. Instead, he's been joked. We got some rain coming down.
Seamus Gorman's the quarterback for the North squad out of Oakmont.
Gorman from the shotgun. Now, they did not run a spread like they do here, so he was learning as he flings it out in the direction of Matt Buchanan from Narragansett, and that's incomplete.
Great size, Buchanan on the outside. Narragansett had a great fall, and is a guy who can really carve out some space with his size, show some speed on the outside. Played in that great program up there at Narragansett.
Seamus Gorman going to the University of New England. But yeah, you're talking about literally 8 practices total to learn a spread offense, to learn your reads. And speaking of which, a little read option, inside handoff, and some tough running there from Jake Fire out of Neshoba. Jake Fire, a great character. Had a chance to talk to him, and boy, is he hilarious. He's going to URI as a walk-on, preferred walk-on, but he was laughing because he's a fullback linebacker, and he said, you know, in this offense, there's not really a lot of space for a fullback, but we'll see.
He said, what, put it on the best helmet in Central Mass, the Neshoba Chieftain helmet.
Oh, he is great.
Great
Fire
program.
goes to the flat. Gorman flings it out to him. Jake Fire is going to be close to a first down. See where they mark him. He is a tough customer, I'll tell you that.
Yeah,
you
I
look
like
at his
it.
career at Neshoba, always. Just a tough runner. He's a north-south guy, doesn't dance.
Yeah, I like the little improv from Gorman as he gets flushed out of the pocket. Got some pretty good protection, but it was collapsing on the backside. He hit his safety valve for
9 yards.
first down yardage.
9 yards for Fire. Now Fire's the fullback in his traditional eye. Look out! Shrewsbury busting through.
Jared Godick, a big defensive end. Godick had a great fall for the state finalist Colonials.
Look at Godick, just shooting the gap.
Oh, man.
Wow, he's a good player. We talked to him. He's going to Maryland, and again, for academics. He's such a smart guy, and you know, was looked at by a lot of the NESCAC schools. Really liked him, the Bowdens, Bateses, Colbys, but
gets around a rival there in Furtado, a sharp running back out of Wachusett, Thanksgiving Day rivals.
he wanted a big school, he said, so he chose Maryland and liked it. Loves the academics, and a short pickup for the North squad. That South squad kind of settling in defensively now.
Third and long. This is the setup for that spread look. See if they can look downfield. It has not been. Remember, if you remember last year, the North had the lead. The South started airing it out late. Hit some guys late, but it took a little while into the game to get it going.
There's Dave Shea, the athletic director of the Worcester Public Schools down there, does such a great job. Little screen pass, Gorman under pressure, slings it, and it's almost picked off. Wow, Gorman just kept that play alive, and Kyle Driscoll almost picked it off. The South squad really sniffed that one out.
You know, big time. The big guys come in, and you think they're getting sucked into the middle screen, and they got on top of Gorman pretty quick. Credit to Joe Vencil out of Algonquin and his teammate, Jarolskis. They got in there pretty quick. Didn't give Gorman a heck of a lot of time to make any plays.
No. They were all over him.
Defense always has that advantage early on.
High snap. And the punt is away. South Stars. Tucker Harrell fields it. Stand out of Sutton. And
just a
the
dead
South
ball,
Stars.
dead ball, the rule in the Mewhiney game. There's no real punt return.
33-yard punt. No return.
Different rules to protect the players here in the summer. And you mentioned getting ready for that spread offense in 8 practices. 8 practices where you don't have everybody, because some guys are still playing baseball, some guys are still playing lacrosse, and they're getting right into it. In fact, starting middle linebacker for the South Side, Jake Fontana, is not in uniform tonight because he's in a state championship tomorrow in lacrosse.
Ryan Berry hands it off on first down. And the South squad gets a good push up front. And they're going to be close to a first down. Max Sarasoli, yep, they got it. Teammate Ryan Berry and Sarasoli leading Algonquin to just a sensational year. And Sarasoli's just a tough runner. You look at the yards after contact, good 1.5 yards, 2 yards after contact.
Good surge up the middle led by Aaron Berry out of Southbridge. It's a big body there. It's the left tackle for the South squad.
And the jet sweep. Ken DeJesus gets to the outside, first down and more. The former Doherty standout still on his feet. And he's finally ridden out of bounds at the 10-yard line. A huge pickup for the South squad, and they're knocking on the door.
Playing on his home field, this is where Doherty plays, and it's got Jose Papi Miranda leading him out in front, and got a key block on an inside linebacker, and DeJesus showing some grit to the outside. Just kind of finding his way, tightrope in the sideline.
Beautiful run, 36 yards on the pickup. Ryan Berry from the shotgun. Berry hands it off, and the North defense waiting for him. They bow up. It's a huge stop up front. Jared Nelson from Murdoch.
Yeah, Nelson was the guy who got picked up on the block on the last play. He left no doubt this time getting into the ball carrier. Murdoch's a long ways from home. Maybe the furthest trip to play here today.
A lot of tough kids come out of Murdoch. And so it'll be second down and goal from the 12-yard line. Berry from the shotgun. Man in motion, they run the option. Berry, keeper straight ahead. Tell you what, he took a lick, he delivered a lick. There's Murdoch again, making their presence felt. Nelson just flying in there.
And this was something we saw a lot of Monday at practice for the South team, was Berry keeping the football and running. I think he's got to be 10 to 15 pounds bigger than we saw him in the fall. He's going to play receiver at a small college outside of Chicago next year, and he's kind of bulking up for that role. He ran pretty tough there.
Wants to be Julian Edelman. He's a tough kid. Now here's Sarasoli. Sarasoli still on his feet. Inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. It'll be decision time for the South staff, John Aloisi and his staff. 4th down and goal from the 4. Max Sarasoli with a good pickup. Look at the size of Sarasoli too. And that's one of the things you notice when you go out to these practices, is how much bigger and stronger these kids get from the fall, because you forget, with boys too, you're growing, all of a sudden you hit 17, 18 years old and you can start to put on weight and strength a little easier, and you see a lot of that between the fall and the spring of their senior year. Guys getting 10, 15 pounds heavier, and it's all strength and muscle. Big stick at the goal line, a rugby scrum, and they didn't get in. The North defense has held with their backs to the wall.
Well, this is just like last year, late in the game. Was he in? Was he not in? There's signals from both sides. Miranda gets the call from Southbridge, gets a good initial block, and then a nice stick at the second level. Chris West, 33, made the first hit. Westy out of West Boylston, and then the scrum ensued. And when you got a big guy in there from Marlboro, Connor Walker, who's going to St. A's, it kind of helps matters. But now the North squad backed up against the goal line here at the 1-yard line.
That's tough. You got to hit someone and stop them in their tracks. Can't give them an inch, and that's exactly what they did there. Big defensive stance. Here's Seamus Gorman, shotgun from his own end zone. Slings it out, incomplete. And he had some heat on him here in the back of the end zone. Had to get rid of it quickly. This South defensive front really kind of settling in right now.
Yeah, you know, I think
pinning their ears back.
Coach Aloisi is going to take some chances here defensively, send some guys at the quarterback. Coach Pinto and the Shrewsbury team played aggressive defensive style, and you know, when you got Godick and you got big guys that can get into the backfield, and Farraco there from St. John's, you've got some guys on the edge that can really put pressure on the quarterback.
So here's Gorman again. From the shotgun inside, handoff, still in the end zone. It's a safety. The South squad coming up with a big play defensively. They get the safety, and they'll get the ball back up 2-0. The Cowboy, one of the guys there you see celebrating, Sean Engdahl from Sutton, going to UMaine. You got Uxbridge in there as well with Alex Martellio.
Martellio getting in, but first an initial shot, and then it's just the survival. Farraco gets in there, Martellio gets in there, and there wasn't a heck of a lot the ball carrier could do. A couple of the premier tacklers in Central Mass.
They're going to love you. They're going to love Farraco, Chris Robertson and his staff at WPI. They're going to love Farraco on their side next fall. He's a big kid. And remember, he missed a year and a half because he blew his knee out. It was a terrible knee injury. It was indoors in the gym when he was trying out for baseball. And it was after his sophomore year, during his sophomore year. So he missed that whole spring. He missed his entire junior year athletically and came back this year in the fall. It was the first time he had played since his sophomore year.
His dad was more upset than he was.
Yes, he was. We saw his dad was part of the staff too this year at St. John's, and he's got another younger brother who's going to be there. He's going to be a freshman there next year, and he's a big kid. And here you go, good return, De Jesus. Still on his feet, trying to bring it back. Flag flies. He's marked down at the 46 of the North squad after an 18-yard return. De Jesus is showing some flash and some fire here. Early going, elusive. Tom McCarthy wearing the white hat of the referee tonight. Runs the Shrewsbury Girls Basketball Summer League and a man for all seasons.
They didn't mic him this year, though. They didn't mic Mac. Due to the rain, Mac will not get his appropriate amount of airtime that he enjoys so much.
We are hoping that the SS Minnow, our truck, stays afloat long enough for us to broadcast the entire game tonight.
Here's hoping.
We have the skipper, Sean Grady, and we have Gilligan, Tim Young. Lock the door. Young's going to come up here. Hey, roll back. Hey, roll back. Dun, 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 dun. That's what they should sing now when the truck comes out. Beautiful ball. And it's caught on the sideline by Brett Sherman. Two Algonquin Tomahawks hooking up. Barry to Sherman. Certainly we saw that a lot this fall.
Sherman's a big kid, has speed to the outside and sure hands. Barry finds him again. And what did Barry say to us this week? He's like, hey, I remember on this field throwing the interception against Shrewsbury. Yep. The Shrewsbury guys have been giving me a hard time for the last 6 or 7 days. They won't let me forget it. He made sure to hook up with his teammate to get a big first down.
23 yards on the completion. Barry to Sherman. 4 wide receiver set. Trips to the near side. Barry has some time, flushed out of the pocket. He's going to run. A lot of room. Ryan Barry, first down, lowers his shoulder and delivers a blow at the end of the run. Barry's not dancing out of bounds. He's not sliding. No siree. He is a human bowling ball in there. He wants to run people over. We saw this in practice last week.
Yeah, he went right after some of his
A.J. Laramie,
ex-rivals.
Picked him off.
And he lowers the shoulder again. Wants to be a receiver. Lake Forest College in Illinois. And, yeah, he's showing some things. I think his high school coach would not have wanted him to do that in the regular season, but he's okay with it now.
16 yards on the pickup. And remember, the South coaches said that they like it as a razzle-dazzle. They're going to throw to the end zone. Incomplete. on the halfback option, that they loved his running. They even said that. That was Dusatel's, I think.
Yeah, Dusatel's
from Holy Name.
He is a quarterback out of Holy Name.
Yep.
Phil was telling me to look for him in the pre-game. He's like, Dusatel's was throwing a good ball. They just got crossed up. But how about that Shrewsbury staff going with the razzle-dazzle instead of the Quabbin staff so far?
You know it's an all-star game. You know it's an all-star game when you see some of this stuff. We got the district attorney here. I saw Joe Early down there. A cavalcade of stars on hand. Here's Barry again. On the option, takes it straight up the middle. And another good gainer. 5-yard pickup for Ryan Barry. He just keeps things moving for this South squad.
Dan Powers out of Tingsboro with the tackle there. And the
fringes.
3rd and 6 coming.
The fringes of Central Mass. And there's Barry going in with Jose Miranda. Poppy out of Southbridge. Good baseball player, good football player for the Southbridge Pioneers. He and Barry talking things over. Let's see what they dial up on 3rd down and 5. It is Miranda getting the call inside. And Miranda getting a little push, a little help from his lineman. He'll come up about 2 yards short of the 1st down. 4th down. See if they go for it.
Matt Petrie tried to drag him through, the St. John's lineman, who's headed to Providence College.
All right.
No football team there, but watch out for that hoop team, Shay.
And the hockey team, too.
Yeah.
National champs 2 years ago.
Look at this setup.
Now, Sarasoli comes on late.
This looks like something that McKay would have put in at Algonquin.
Yep.
Even though it's a Shrewsbury staff. Barry has to know a lot of different things coming out of Algonquin, because McKay would have, Justin McKay, who's going to be the head coach at St. Peter Marion, would have about 15 different sets every practice.
That's true.
That they would go through, and to be able to know the playbook is a feat. And there's some of the coaches. There's Coach
Justin.
McKay.
Sean Mulcahy, the Doherty coach, talking things over with Harold Ogilvie. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Justin did a great job with Algonquin in turning that whole thing around, and just the enthusiasm that he brought with the music out at practice, how quickly they would go from drill to drill. Here's Barry, hands it off, Sarasoli. Sarasoli's got the 1st down. He's inside the 5, down to the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the South squad.
And they were practicing
so that bunch formation works.
They were practicing this short yardage this week. Situational, plays for the South squad. That time, Sarasoli's a big guy.
Yeah, he is.
He can lean out and pick up a yard on his own.
Just straight power. Ryan Barry's such a great leader, though, Ben. He was so much fun to watch this fall, and you and I got a chance to talk to him. Just a great leader. Barry flushed out of the pocket on the run. Buys time, fires to the end zone. Caught! Touchdown! Barry just kept that play alive, and Josh Gelb out of Shepherd Hill with a beautiful hands catch in the end zone.
It's a heck of a catch for a guy who probably caught like maybe 2 passes his entire career. Shepherd Hill, the double wing.
Practice.
Yeah. Gelb making a nice play.
Pass was a bad four-letter word in Shepherd Hill.
Yeah. Credit Barry for keeping the play and extending the play with his feet.
Yeah, that was a little Joe Montana-esque. Just kept it alive, fired to the end zone. Gelb was there with a great grab.
What is this? Is this going to be a drop kick?
Yeah, it is. Did it go through? It did.
It did.
Unbelievable.
I haven't seen that since Doug Flutie.
Oh, that's great. That's Desautel's out of Holy Name.
My goodness. 9-0.
We got all kinds of things going on right now.
I haven't seen that. You haven't seen that in a game.
No, never.
Extending the play, Barry gets outside the pocket and just keeps looking. Had a guy in the corner of the end zone.
Look at that
crosses
grab.
back.
Wow.
And Gelb.
That's a sensational catch.
It was not an easy catch to make. He had He had to make a body adjustment on it to make that play.
7-play drive, covered 57 yards, took 3 minutes and 20 seconds off the clock. Barry to Gelb for the touchdown. And the South All-Stars leading at 9-0 here in the first quarter with 1:43 to play. There's Dave Buchanan, the head coach of the North All-Stars, the head coach of Quabbin Regional, and you talked about the numbers they put up this year were unbelievable. It was like video game numbers. And those games were so much fun to cover. I was up there for like 3-4 games. Oh, every game was just great to cover because it was back and forth. You know, they may get up a lot of points, but then they were going to outscore teams. Look at this. Walking on a thin line. They're going to give him forward progress out to the 2-yard line. Huey Lewis is playing at Indian Ranch. And that was Uxbridge there walking on a thin line to the North All-Stars.
Well, I mean, this in baseball, this is the equivalent of trying to let the bunt go foul. He was trying to let this one go out of bounds, and it just kind of sat there, and then you're in trouble.
Yep.
And they're backed up at the 1-yard line. Well, it's the second straight offensive possession.
You got everyone coming at you at a full head of steam. So 1:38 remaining here in the first quarter. 9-0. The South All-Stars over the North. The North with their backs to the wall on their own 2-yard line. Seamus Gorman, the quarterback, brings them up straight, I formation. Dave Buchanan probably hates to see this too, but Jake Fire going straight up the gut. That's what you do. Give it to your bull and fire. Just pushing that pile forward.
That's a good guy to get the football in short yardage there and needing to just get a little bit of space.
And you get the clock running a little bit. Give your defense a little rest. 1:12, the clock has stopped. Now it starts up again. It's just going in increments now.
That's the Foley Stadium clock, not the Commerce Bank Field clock right there.
The Sean Foley Stadium clock. Just got out of the end zone. Great defense on the end. Flynn McGilvery out of St. John's, who's going to Choate for post-grad. You and I were talking about it on the ride over here, Andy, that we thought Flynn McGilvery was a great player this year. And him going to prep school, he's going to open up some options for himself there. Look at how strong and how fast he is.
Yeah, he was quick. He's got good feet. And when St. John's had McGilvery and Farraco on the outside, they even caught some passes on the offensive side of the ball. He got some athletes there. McGilvery had a great fall.
Gorman to throw, complete. Good spin move and a first down for the North. Beautiful catch by Ben Cumming, and the spin move was pretty. Out of Lunenburg, he just spun away from the defender and able to pick up the first down.
Yeah, he makes it happen. He's 3 yards short of the first down, gets to the outside. Driven out there by Tantasco and Lester, it looks like.
Good hits. There's some good poking going on right there.
Good
Sean
stick.
Foley right
Dan
there,
George.
too. Our own Sean Foley. He doesn't need a grip. He's out there doing it all himself. No one knows his name. Full. 9-0 the South over the North. We're back with the second quarter of the Mewhiney Central Mass All-Star Classic right after this. Welcome back, everyone. Second quarter. The North versus the South. In the Mewhiney High School Football All-Star Game, the North with a big first down. Seamus Gorman bringing him up to end the second quarter. Here's Gorman over the middle, has a man complete. That's a good play, just dumping that straight, quick look in. And
George Caralla, who's one of the leading rushers in the land in the fall out of Central Massachusetts, the Lunenburg guy. Showing his hands there, going up and getting it.
Good tackle, too. You know what I mean? You figure guys haven't tackled in months, and then here they come out. And
they were going.
Squad was popping.
They were going full. Yeah,
you were popping.
You heard Coach Allen say, all right, this is full, this is full. Yep. And then the guys were chomping at the bit.
Yeah, they were smacking each other and tackling, but it's funny to see them get right back into it. And, of course, the bodies feel fresh, too, because you haven't had the bumps and bruises and haven't played in months, and you're stronger. And Guys are out there running around and really putting the wood to each other. The North squad with 19 yards of offense in the first quarter, 23 through the air, -4 on the ground. South squad with 111 yards of offense. 5 first downs for the South, 2 for the North. South was 0 for 2 on third down conversions. The North 2 for 3. Only 1 penalty in that first quarter. It flew. And the inside handoff. Good defense. Good defense. That's Lunenburg again. Kerala running tough. He's going to UNH next year.
The problem is he keeps running into Shrewsbury guys. Godick and company getting around it really quick. Godick and Mike Mulvina, 43 right there in the middle.
I mean, look at Farraco, 89 right there. He's a lot bigger than he was in the fall. That's a bigger kid than he was
There's
in the
a coach in Central Mass that would say about the South squad, they got some dudes. They got some dudes on that roster.
No doubt about that. The North squad, there's John Aloisi, former standout at Holy Cross. He was a 2-year captain at Holy Cross coming out of Nantucket. He went to Holy Cross as a running back. He was a starter as a running back. Then they switched him to linebacker because they needed help at the linebacker. He was a starter as a linebacker. Such a great, unselfish player and obviously a phenomenal leader. When he was a 2-year captain, I believe he was the second player in Holy Cross history.
Yeah, it was unheard of
at the time. Yeah, a 2-year captain. Now, you know, when guys redshirt, it's a different deal too. And there's been guys that have been 3-year captains, but they redshirted their freshman year. But
he's a cerebral guy talking to him.
Oh, he's great.
Talking football. You just talk life with him, Kev.
I do.
You know, and he's talking about water bottles and keeping the environment clean. And yeah, I'm telling you, he's a 5-tool guy. He's got a lot of talent.
You're right about that. Yeah, those Shrewsbury kids learn a lot from him. They really do. And they're going to be a good team again this coming fall. That's going to be a good team. Seamus Gorman's going from under center right now. I formation. Fire is the fullback. He gets the call, and Fire runs into a heap of South defenders. Man, they got some big boys down there.
Like it on 4th down, your side of the field, early in the game, going for it with Fire and pushing forward for the first down.
Joe Vencil out of Algonquin, 71. Man, he is right there. Wow, he's a big dude. Fire just keeps pumping those legs.
Yeah, it was that second effort from Fire.
Jerulskis out of Algonquin. 2 Algonquin guys, too, right there on either side of the center, and they're just kind of closing it down, but Fire wouldn't be denied. Gorman hands it off on first down. And now you got a good Kerala run for Lunenburg. Holy name coming up.
Hey, don't forget, Quabbin had a talented running back and a young guy who'll be back next year. So, you know, their coaches on the offensive side do know how to run the ball from time to time. Of course,
they just don't have to.
They just
their passing game's so good.
They had a ridiculous passing game.
Oh, my God. It was fun. It really was. It was fun every time you were going up there to watch. The numbers they would put up and just the way they coach those kids up. They do a phenomenal job of coaching them up. Slip screen. Just running upstream like a salmon going upstream. P.J. Barry, great player for St. Peter Marion. He's going to play college baseball. Phenomenal baseball player, too. But look at him here. Now, this was a kid that played soccer his entire life, even on select teams and travel teams, until he got to high school. And Seamus Leary recruited him and kept working on him, got him to play football when he got to St. Peter Marion. And, boy, what an impact player he's been.
Yeah, here he is playing in the game with the top football players in Central Massachusetts.
This is the 10th play of the drive for the North team.
Not used to this kind of ball control, or even like 9 points is a kind of a rarity in this part of the game.
You're right. They've only gone 29 yards in the 10 plays, and then we got a guy jumping off sides up top. But, again, what they're doing is good because even if they don't score, you're giving your defense a little breather, and you're seeing them kind of settle in. You're seeing this North squad kind of get their feet under them a little bit, settle into what they want to do. see what the
This
North,
is fun. Look at the crowd is
the
really
North dials up here.
really filled in here.
3rd and 10.
This is a
Yeah, you're right. On a night where it's rainy.
an early-ish start on a Friday night on Park Ave in Worcester. And I can attest, the traffic was live tonight.
Gorman,
there
and
he
he's
is.
brought down by the Cowboy. The Cowboy got him, Sean Engdahl, out of Sutton. He looks a little like Clay Matthews.
Coach Daly's going to love that. The Sutton guys, they'll have a field day looking at the film as the Cowboy comes around. He's had to trade in his boots for the cleats tonight, and
I love it.
Slings the quarterback to the ground. That's a great play.
I'll tell you, he was outstanding in the fall. Just a great, great player for Sutton on both sides of the ball. Then in the wintertime, he would lead the Sutton student section at the basketball games with a big Cowboy hat. He'd come in there with the Cowboy boots. He'd lead them. Great school spirit. And then you and I saw him out there on the field. Great to see him.
Yeah.
The Cowboy getting right into his work boots right when the practice was over. 33-yard punt.
His teammate Tucker Harrell gets the return. There is no return on punts anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a new one this year. It seems new to me.
It does seem it. Phil Robo, who's on top of everything, says yes, it is.
Phil Robo is on top of everything. Phil Robo's new this year. I don't think we saw Phil last year, did we?
I don't know.
He may have been gallivanting around the world.
We pulled him out of Naples. His home away from home now, his second home. The Leicester Lion is going south.
How about Phil joining a gated beach community? I'm telling you, that's something else.
You know what? In the spirit of the Gilligan's Island theme, Phil is Thurston Howell III for us. He's Thurston Howell III for us. We got the skipper, we got Gilligan, we got Thurston Howell III.
Yeah. And Foal is Ginger.
Good to have Foal back on the crew.
I miss Foal.
Yeah, we got Foal. I know Sean Grady misses him as well.
He misses him because it's an extra guy for Sean to yell at.
Chew the Foal when things go wrong. Ryan Berry from the shotgun. Berry runs the options, going to keep it himself, trying to get to the outside. Foot race to the outside, and he's dropped. Good defense. St. Peter Marion working hard coming up, and that was Nick Ashley, a linebacker for SPM.
Watch the end of this play. Colin Robinson's a receiver for Algonquin. He comes in and gets one on a Wachusett guy late. That's my guy, Bohonic, a big, tough, physical runner of the football for Wachusett. Now, Bohonic,
he's going to be happy that you said he's a runner of the football.
Listen, I heard he was looking for me.
He was gunning for you.
I said he was like having to take down a guard because he's so big and strong.
Yeah, he thought
that was a
guard.
Yeah, you weren't a guard.
Yeah,
this is me talking to you, Bohonic, right now. that was meant to be a positive thing because you are a big dude, tough to bring down. That's what it's all about.
He really is. He was having
fun.
fun.
Don't let Dubzinski put any fake stuff in you. The fake news.
The accountant.
Yeah.
Bohonic, he was having fun. He was having fun with those guys up on the north side and getting to meet some new guys and play with them. And, of course, he's a smash-mouth football player, so he was really relishing the fact that they got to put the helmet and shoulder pads on again and hit people. Here comes the blitz straight up the middle. And Barry gets it off and complete. And it's a first down for the South. Boy, I'll tell you what, the concentration, Grayson Lee out of Shrewsbury, for Lee to concentrate, because he had to float that ball had to seem like it was in the air for about 3 years, and he probably was hearing 4 and 5 guys bearing down on him.
Out of Barry's hands, this looks like an incompletion, and Lee makes the adjustment on it, and yeah, you're right. Good fingertip grab. And again, it's Algonquin to Shrewsbury, and that's what this is all about. Those guys went toe-to-toe this year.
You're right. A couple instant classic games. Both games were great, and of course the Central Mass Super Bowl was phenomenal.
Algonquin beats Shrewsbury in the regular season. You think Shrewsbury's out of it. Then they go nuts and run the table in Central Mass, the Colonials.
Here's De Jesus. I like De Jesus with the football in his hands. He's a tough guy to bring down. Very elusive runner.
I know, Mulcahy should have won more games this year. What's going on?
He's going to enjoy that. He's going to really enjoy that. Jared Nelson has been all around the football tonight for the North squad.
There's a flag late here. I don't know if there was a...
And the rain has started to pick back up with just under 3 minutes
extra
left
guy out there, I think, is
in the first half.
Infraction.
So we'll see what the South squad can dial up.
Hey, Tyler, watch the wheel route. Wheeling out of the back.
See what the North squad's saying. Watch the wheel route. Ryan Berry goes back into the huddle. It'll be first down and 15 for the South squad. Up 9-0. 2:49 to play here in the first half. Here comes the blitz again. That's a new wrinkle, because remember, you used to not be able to blitz in this game. Still going.
Yeah, North High getting into the act.
I like to see that. Quasi Casey from North, who's going to Framingham State next year. Casey, that's a good run.
Picked up a lot of yardage there to kind of get back the penalties, the penalty yardage. Gets a pretty good block there, falling down. Dylan Ramos out of BVT. Arch would get him for that block, but it was effective.
Nick Ashley for St. Peter Marion has done a nice job making some touchdown-saving tackles for the North squad. Sarasoli up the middle, into the secondary, foot race to the end zone. Sarasoli's in for the touchdown. Sarasoli busting it straight up the gut, showing you the speed, 34 yards, takes it to the house, and the South squad has struck again, 15-0.
Well, South wants to leave no doubt after last year's game. Get on top early on. Sarasoli shot through the middle. Let's see if they drop kick this one again.
Sarasoli's going to prep school too, to Bridgeton Academy next year. They do, another drop kick. Old school football here tonight. Turn back the clock. Desitels puts his second one through on the drop kick. Sarasoli's got 4 carries for 55 yards tonight and a touchdown.
Right now there's a kicker in Central Mass saying, hey, no wonder I didn't make the team. What? Sarasoli right up the middle. Good blocking up front, point of attack, and then it's Sarasoli doing the rest. Makes a move and then fires through the 2 North Middlesex defenders. Listen, North Middlesex guys are going to make a hit on him in the regular season. This is an all-star game. They're going to let him kind of lay through a little bit for the touchdown.
What would Chuck Cecil do?
Shay, if you're playing in the game, you're going to take a headshot at somebody probably.
Take one last lick at someone. 9-play drive, covered 53 yards, took 3 minutes and 43 seconds off the clock. Touchdown for the South, and they lead it 16-0 with 2:24 to play here in the first half. And the North going to return it. Tyler Marcoux gets out to the 20-yard line and gets just across the 20 to the 21. 17 yards on the return.
Marcoux did a lot of great things, especially defensively for Quabbin and Buchanan in the fall. He was tough to throw over.
Yeah, we just saw the Cowboy in there, Engdahl. He's pumped to be getting back out there again, defensive end. Against a spread team, your team's up by 2 touchdowns, you can pin your ears back. Seamus Gorman out of Oakmont, going to the University of New England from the shotgun. 2 wide receiver set. Gorman under pressure, now he's gonna run it, he's got some real estate. And he gets out of bounds and stops the clock with 2:08 to play. Picked up a good chunk of change, too. They're going to give him the first down. Gorman, good vision, good, quick, decisive skills, too, of knowing when to tuck it and go.
Dylan DiOrio ran him out of bounds from Holy Name.
He wasn't going to just let him go.
No.
You play for Holy Name. Mike Pucko likes that physical play. Whether it's the spring, whether it's the fall, he loves that stuff. Go, 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 go! Seamus Gorman flinging it out, and it's almost picked off. Tantasco was there, reading the play well.
That was Mike Farland. Yeah. Farland, I think, is a pretty good lacrosse guy, too, for Tantasco. They had a good run in the postseason.
Yeah, they certainly did. Under 2 minutes to play. The North squad facing 2nd and 10, down 16-0 from their own 30-yard line.
What would a young Kevin Shea from Acton Boxborough do in this situation in the shotgun?
I would throw a wounded duck about 10 yards and would get picked off. And that one's going to be close to a first down. Good quick hitter.
Yeah, you know, Mike Rosa out of Uxbridge comes up, makes a good open field tackle, get him,
Niall
think,
Reagan.
shy of a first down.
Look at that, West Boylston's being heard from now, Niall Reagan.
And Reagan's a guy who was hurt in the regular season.
Yeah.
Man, you know, they made a run. They had played in one of the best high school football games we've seen here in the Central Mass Finals, and they did it without his skill.
Yep. Oh, big hit and a fumble. And Farraco recovers it for the South. Huge hit on Gorman. Farraco recovers the fumble.
Save this tape. A St. John's guy recovers a fumble, and the Shrewsbury coach goes berserk with happiness. Save the tape.
This is first time and last time you'll see that.
Save it. Use this one on St. John's week. Jared Goda comes in. He tried to get it out of there, and then a big pop. Dan George out of Leicester comes in and knocks it free. Look at Ellis is jumping up and down. They're going nuts over there, the Shrewsbury guys. Shrewsbury St. John's in the regular season, it was at Assumption this year. I was at the game. Relations were less than cordial. So that's something right there to see.
Than they were.
That's
than
something.
They are right now. Dan George, one of Griff's guys out of Leicester. Now you don't have to tell those guys to hit or not hit. You know that the kids from Leicester are always going to hit. Griff, one of the all-time great characters in Central Mass. A nurturer. Dan George came up and really put a pop on.
Tim O'Neill doing a nice job that last play. Defensive back out of North Middlesex. He's going to St. A's. Nice defensive play. For the North, you know, you're down 2 scores here. It's just 2 scores. Well, unless they took the 2-point conversion out of the rule book this year. But, you know, they got to get a stop here to get something going into the locker room.
Yeah, trips to the near side. And Barry's under pressure. Trying to set up the screen, and it was almost picked off. Great job by Hunter Nigro from Neshoba Tech, who read the play there and saw where the running back was, trying to slip screen it out to the left, and he just stayed right with him in his hip pocket.
Yeah, he had a great look at it, just got a hand on it. The South squad fortunate that one didn't go the other way.
Ryan Barry doing a nice job to keep these plays, some of these screens alive, because it's not there initially, and then he's got to try to outrun some defensive linemen that are breathing down his neck.
I don't know. He told us Lake Forest College is what, 30 minutes outside of Chicago?
Yeah.
I don't know where it sounds nice. Lake Forest.
Sounds fantastic. Here's Barry from the shotgun. Barry going deep. And it's intercepted in the end zone. Good defense from the North squad. High pointing the football. Going up and getting it for the North, known only to family and friends, number 88.
They call him Colin Sweeney. He's a Quabbin guy, if that's the case. He's not on the program, not in the roster book we have, but Sweeney was another talented athlete out of Quabbin.
Yep, go get it.
Comes across. They were looking for Josh Callanan, the big tight end, H-back type guy out of Uxbridge.
He had a great season, too. He had a great year. The game we did down there this year, down in Uxbridge, and Callahan was all over the field. He was a beast.
Yeah, it was a big one against Millbury. Good win for the Spartans. Big defensive stop for the North here. Not a ton of time to, but there is time if you hit one. But I'll tell you that the way the South defense is played, that's a tall ask right now.
See what they do. If they go for it, if they try to just use some clock. It's an all-star game, so, hey, throw caution to the wind. Gorman under pressure, hit as he throws, completes it. It'll be just shy of the first down.
Yeah, Laramie didn't get cheated as he came in. The Shrewsbury guy, he got a hit in on the quarterback.
Oh, Gorman's going to have a tough morning tomorrow when he gets up. I mean, he has taken some big shots. There he is right there, bent over a little bit.
They have a couple of guys that could play quarterback over there, but Gorman was their guy. He took a shot from A.J. Laramie.
And then he took a shot, that one before, from Dan George. We'll take a timeout and be back with more from Commerce Bank Field at Foley Stadium.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston.
Well, welcome back, everyone, from Commerce Bank Field at Foley Stadium. The Central Mass Mewhiney High School Football All-Star Game brought to you by Bay State Savings Bank. Bay State Savings Bank for all of your banking needs.
It's a good ad-lib, Kev. They don't call you the best in the business for nothing.
So let's see what happens. 48 seconds, but man, Gorman, Seamus Gorman, just a tough customer. He has taken some wicked shots.
Second down and 2 upcoming for the North All-Stars.
And that was a good completion, too. Get 8 yards on it. Here's Gorman. They keep a running back there to protect him. Big completion over the middle. Deep into the secondary. Laramie throwing him down. But that's a great grab. P.J. Barry going up and getting it. He did a lot of that for St. Peter Marion this year. 19-yard pickup.
He's quick, and he can get upfield in a hurry and can create some problems for the South. It's just getting it to him, and this time Gorman just delivers. And then the Shrewsbury defense, there's a lot of gold hats back there.
Yeah, P.J. Barry, just a great football player, great athlete. Going to play baseball down at St. Leo's in Florida. See if Phil Robo can check in on him from the compound down there in Naples, the newly minted Robo compound. Mike Farland we're seeing right there from Tantascwa. One of the defensive backs for the Warriors. And he's going to line up on Nick Ashley. And now he backs off a little bit. And the South will rush 4. They fling it out to the flat. Oh, wicked hit by Barry. Holy cow. And a big first down. And they were congratulating P.J. Barry. His linemen were down there congratulating him. The entire stadium just went, ooh. That's a good pickup, too.
Somebody didn't tell anybody P.J. Barry was a baseball player. He comes in with a wicked hit here.
Oh,
man.
That's a good decleater. And it's shoulder. It wasn't head to head. It was shoulder to chest. And you got
Peter Marion on Shrewsbury crime right there.
Yup. And you got that unknown Quabbin Rambler. And he gets the handoff here. The Rambler's inside the 20. And the Marauder is inside the 15 down to the 13-yard line as the rain starts to fall here.
Well, we've had parents through the press box already with corrected numbers and names, so maybe 26's mom or dad can come on up.
We did not get that. We'll call him Robo. Yeah, everyone's trying to figure out who 26 is. The Phantom. The Phantom with a big pickup on back-to-back plays.
He's got a Quabbin helmet, and
might be a guy that just graduated a couple years ago and paid a couple guys off on the Quabbin staff. One more shot at high school football. Oh, the Phantom almost got a touchdown.
That's Sweeney. I think that is Colin Sweeney.
Ryan Trokey was back there for Shrewsbury.
Well,
defensively. Trokey was a big player of that Shrewsbury Colonial team this year. Kind of the quarterback of that defensive secondary and the defense. He was one of their good leaders. Yeah, the rain's picked up a little bit here.
Rain picked up.
As Tim Kelly said he would. Here's Seamus Gorman. 12 seconds remaining in the half. Gorman going to the end zone. Hanging it high. And out of the end zone. Beautiful effort.
Yeah, there's some compete going on.
Oh, yeah.
Right now.
Tucker Harrell was back there, and Trokey was back there defensively. They just hung it up there for Barry.
Good to be up here in the booth with you at this moment, Kev, rather than on the sidelines.
Would it be?
As formatted.
Nope. Be getting soaking wet. Only a matter of time till you lost IFB. You lost audio.
You can't really take any chances at this point.
6 seconds remaining in the half, so you got another chance at it here.
Hey, credit the North offense. They had to go basically the length of the field here within under a minute to play. They've done it. They're in striking distance. 2 plays if they're quick to the end zone.
You know what might not be a bad look too is you get
if that's a 6. If that's 6,
yeah, it's a 6. I think
it's only 1 play.
But
it was an 8.
Just get like a little skinny seam route. Like get 3 guys to go to one side. See if you can kind of get the defense to shift there, and then have 1 guy backside just to kind of.
Well, there's some good size. You've got speed with Barry, and then you've got the big guy Buchanan, who's going to Norwich out of Narragansett, and he might not be a bad guy to throw the ball up to. He's going to have a size advantage on the outside. You see him, number 5. He's on the outside of this group behind the Marauder.
Yeah, he is a big kid. Let him use his size. Run a little skinny post where he can just kind of box out the defender. They go 3 to the near side, 1 to the far side. Ben Cumming for Lunenburg, the lone wide receiver to the far side, and they moved the Marauder. Tom McCarthy not letting anything go tonight.
There could be Marauders everywhere. You never know. I mean, this time of year, there could be like a black bear that could put in a helmet.
That's a good point. They're out there.
They're out there.
People's yards. Let's see. This should be the final play of the half with 6 seconds to go, but now it's a long throw for Gorman, who stands at his own 24. Gorman under some pressure. Oh, he's got to keep this one alive, and he's going to be sacked.
Dan George.
So the South defense doing their job. They got some pressure from the front 4, and then George came. And the South defense holds. And they hold serve too as well. After 1 half of play, the South All-Stars leading the North All-Stars 16-0. We'll take a break and be back with our halftime activities right after this. First half statistics, the South with 134 yards rushing, 33 through the air. The North 34 on the ground and 85 yards passing, 1 turnover apiece. North 2 for 7 on 3rd downs. The South 0 for 3. 4th down conversions, both teams pretty good. And the South team leading at 16-0 at the half. And the rain is really coming down now.
Yeah, it really picked up during the half. And now it's going to be like backyard football without the mud.
Yeah.
Because you're on turf. Still pretty warm out there. Rain's not going to freeze you by any chance, but it's going to be tough to hang on that football.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be.
Throw the football perhaps here.
Ryan Barry warming up. That's what it's going to be, is to get a grip on the football. Because when it's coming down like this, you cannot keep the footballs dry. They're going to get slippery. It's going to feel like you're throwing a shot put out there, too, after probably
it's kind of a good backyard football feel, though. You know,
you're right.
I mean, I think they're fortunate, obviously, that it's not grass and mud, but it's kind of that backyard feel.
Look at Jack Fontana walking down there. You talked about it early on. Andy plays defense for the Grafton lacrosse team. They'll be playing in a state championship tomorrow, but I will guarantee his coach did not know that
he was
the
practicing.
day before the state semifinals, he was hitting people, full-on tackling.
I think he knows now because we interviewed him on TV, and now they're playing. Listen, they're playing for something bigger on Saturday. Grafton playing for a state championship in lacrosse, and Jack's a good part of that team, and he's a heck of a football player. Going to Mass Maritime and might play 2 sports there.
Yeah.
They're lucky to get him. I really think he's a talented kid.
And you know what's the best is, so they're playing at Boston University, you know, this weekend.
Right, there's nothing going on in
just
Boston.
Getting in there, huh?
Sure. Good scheduling.
What do they got? The tall ships in there?
Sail
Millions
Boston.
of people are going to be in there?
Oh, an onside
kick to open the quarter. Oh!
They got it.
The North got it. The North got it.
Eugene Otieno out of Maynard.
Wow. I'll tell you what, McGilvery
I'm confused.
got tattooed here, too. He's just trying to get the ball. Watch this hit right here. He's trying to get the ball. Boom. He takes a good shot.
Yeah.
It's a live football.
I'm a little confused. You can't return punts, but you can onside kick and blitz.
They've changed a lot of the rules here, it seems like, this year. There's Jake Fire and Seamus Gorman, the quarterback. Gorman's a tough customer. He took a lot of big shots in the first half. Gorman to throw. Here comes the heat. And incomplete. Good defense. He was looking underneath.
Driscoll giving that good Spencer East Brookfield toughness in there from Prouty. 4th annual Mewhiney All-Star Classic on Charter TV3, brought to you by Pucci's Fine Jewelers in West Boylston.
So the opening drive of the third quarter, North with the ball. They onside kicked it to open the half, recovered. And the North looking to put some points up here, trailing by 2 touchdowns, 16-0. Gorman sends a man in motion. And the handoff, and that's going nowhere. And it was McGilvery right there. Flynn McGilvery came back, and boy, he just put a lick on the ball carrier.
Yeah, one of those talented ends from St. John's, and McGilvery got to the ball carrier quick.
The Cowboy was there, too, to help clean up. McGilvery again going to choke for prep school. He's the guy that's going to attract a lot of attention this fall. A lot of colleges be down there looking at him or looking at him on
isn't
film.
Flynn the guy who told me in the week, I think it was the game we did, and said, what do you have to do well? And he said, we have to play offense and defense well. It's all right. Thank you, Flynn.
Loose football.
Is it intercepted? It may have been I don't know if it's a fumble or an incomplete pass.
Jake Fire, the intended receiver, he took a shot.
Incomplete.
They're saying incomplete pass. You talk about a helmet right on the football. That's what we saw right here. That's good defense. Closing on the ball.
And Martellio almost comes away, I think, with the interception here as Driscoll knocks it free.
Man, Driscoll's getting his money's worth tonight, isn't he? You could make an argument,
Look
too,
at
that should be a fumble.
Martellio comes in, almost gets it.
Yep. Watch this. Here's it, 1, 2, 3. That's 3 steps.
That's close. That was a quick 3, Kev. That was a quick 3 count on your part.
Smoger.
That's acting 3 right there. I mean, yeah.
That's it.
That's a 3 count, and then Hulk Hogan gets up off the mat.
Incomplete pass. Flags all over the place here. That's great. Encroachment on the defense.
That helps.
Yep.
Gets a little bit of yardage back. The North is just going to go for it, I think, the rest of the way, no matter where you are. They've gone for it on 4th down a couple times in a row now. Of course, they extended that drive in the end of the second quarter. had a shot to get into the end zone, but stalled in the red zone late.
So it'll be 4th down and 11 for the North squad. Seamus Gorman, the quarterback out of Oakmont, has been the QB throughout for the North. He will operate from the shotgun, 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Jake Fire stays in. Gorman pressured, now fires and complete for the first down. It'll be a first down North, down to the 34 of the South squad.
That's Colin Sweeney.
That's a good grab by Sweeney.
One of the Marauders early on from the North squad. Fortunately, production assistant Coach Chesney up here is getting us names.
Sweeney with a good grab, going to the turf to make that catch and keeping this drive alive for the North squad. They'd love to get some points here on the opening drive of the second half. Gorman to the sideline, complete. Slipping to tackle, that's a good stick at the end of it. You think this game doesn't mean something to these guys? Ben Cumming out of Lunenburg slips the first tackle. And then a good cleanup hit here by Desautel's.
Yeah, Dylan DiOrio comes across and makes that pop. The two exchange pleasantries. 2nd and short.
And here's another quick hitter. And this screen, but going nowhere. A lot of white jerseys out there converging.
It's tough when you get that DN McGilvery out there and Farraco, and they're both over there on the same side, and they end up around the ball carrier.
Coming with 3 catches for 22 yards in the game tonight. There's some trash talking down there. You hear a couple of the coaches saying, you don't say a word. These guys are talking. This means a lot. And we talked to them about it. You know, the pride just they have in this game. That could be a clip. Nope.
BJ Berry has become a blocker, a hard-hitting blocker here in this game.
Yeah, he's a heat-seeking missile.
Yeah.
Just looking for
Going
guys
getting
peeling
contact.
back. Looking straight at the ball carrier, and you can get some pretty good shots in.
Going to be a 4th and short. Easy call here to go. For the North. The rain has lessened a little. It was pelting down at halftime.
This is Jake Fire territory right here. The fullback from Neshoba.
Well,
and the North's going to take a timeout.
They're going pretty big back there. Gabe Souza out of Assabet Valley Tech.
All right, we'll take a timeout and be back with more of the Mewhiney All-Star Classic right after this.
Bay State Savings Bank brings you
Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Kasasa checking.
Ask for Kasasa by name at Bay State Savings Bank, proud sponsor of the Friday Night Football Frenzy.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West.
Gorman fires it out to the flat, and it's caught for a first down. That's a good catch.
Here it is. Fire going out. Has to make the play behind him and then spins through.
One-handed grab.
Just does get it.
Jake Fire, that Neshoba team has been real good over the last few years.
He's been an offensive MVP for this team. He's made a couple big plays on 4th and short now, running and now catching the football.
10th player of the drive. They, of course, captured the district championship 2 years ago. Neshoba did in another great game over St. John's that you and I saw here.
State championship, undefeated season.
Little catch underneath. Miranda spinning through a tackle. Jake Hashi, rather, out of North Middlesex. Hashi, good hands grab. That's good courage, too, going across the middle.
Yeah, the North Middlesex guy, Hashi, making the play, and then they collapse on him. Hanging on to that football.
He had to reach up over his shoulders for it. It's a first down for the North squad. 12th play of the drive coming up for the North. They have had the ball the entire quarter.
If I'm the North, I'm just taking a shot right here. Not trying to get anything closer.
And it might have been batted at the line of scrimmage. The Cowboy was coming off the edge. Engdahl.
Engdahl's been he's been effective out there.
Yep. Here's Kyle Driscoll. He'll play at Worcester State University next fall for Brian Cullen as a linebacker.
Cowboys got himself a matchup differential there with the big guy out of Assabet. Sam Moore. Remember we saw Sam Moore against West Boylston. He was one of those big interior linemen. Had a pretty nice game against a tough West Boylston team.
Now they're going to run the ball. And that's the kid up from Fitchburg, Herrera, Alex Herrera. We have found out who the Marauder is.
Yeah.
He's from Fitchburg, just wearing a Quabbin helmet. Alex Herrera. Big dude for the Red Raiders.
They're down. They can get a first down just inside the 1.
5:45 to play in the third quarter. Just the second running play the North has called this on this drive of 13 plays. That's the 14th play right there. Ferreira stacked up.
They're bringing
the North squad, bringing in some
big guys here in the middle for the South. It's gonna be about 4th and 5.
There's Engdahl. Here comes Seamus Gorman with the play for the North squad. 4th down and 4 from the 5-yard line. And even 5 minutes to play in the quarter. This would make it interesting. If they could score here, get the 2-point conversion.
Yep, they can get a first.
Gorman gets the defense to jump. No flags, fires to the end zone, incomplete. And the North side thought they had it. They thought they had a free play. P.J. Barry out there. St. Peter Marion and Holy Name going head-to-head. That's a good rivalry in the fall and continues here in the spring. Yeah, the North thought they had the free play.
Well, second time North's been able to drive the field, get inside the 15, get inside the 10-yard line this time, and just couldn't get it in. The South defense tightening up in the red zone.
Sean Foley, our cameraman, just out there with the shirt. Now he's got someone holding an umbrella over him. See that? Look at Fole.
How did that happen?
Fole has got a guy holding an umbrella over him.
Gotta get a shot of that.
Fole didn't wear. He didn't wear a jacket.
There's a guy down there with looks like a St. Peter Marion purple and white umbrella holding it over Fole.
Ryan Berry, the quarterback for the South squad. Berry under pressure, going deep over the middle, has a man, and it's caught. A huge gainer throwing from his own end zone. Ryan Berry hooking up with Colin Robinson, his teammate from Algonquin. And it's a 52-yard strike. Gets across midfield and into North territory.
Wow, he steps in. He's going to actually kind of look like he threw out the back foot a little bit. And gets it to Robinson.
His old teammate there. He took a shot, too. Barry was going to get hit. He knew it as he threw, but I love the fact that he aired it out and put a lot of air under it. He let his receiver, Robinson, just run under it. Inside handoff. Down to the 40-yard line. Pickup of 3 yards. Good running there from Miranda.
This is the weather they like. You know, football, McMahon Field.
You're right.
It's pouring down, the mud's flying in Southbridge. And
Harry J. McMahon Field.
Frank's yelling at you to get another yard. Coach Kumanellis.
Northbridge and Southbridge there. We talk about rivals. There they are side by side on the sideline. And the rain has picked up again. It's pouring down here.
You would be on the sideline right now.
That's a good point. Thank goodness. And the handoff.
Casey with a run up the middle for the
Pickup of 3.
Across the 40-yard line down to about the 38.
It's North High. Right there, Quasi Casey from North, who's going to Framingham State.
Now the guys on the South roster, we were there when they were getting their uniforms. Guys with perfect attendance got the number of choice first. So Ryan Berry had 4. That was his number, and although I don't know, there'd be a lot of call for 4, so he may have gotten an easy one there.
Bobby Orr. There's your man Bohonic. Anthony Bohonic out of Wachusett, the linebacker.
Man Bohonic.
Here's Barry straight up the middle. Good fake by Barry, running over the safety. And that south sideline just erupts as Barry lowers his shoulder and buries the safety who came up to try to tackle him.
I'll tell you what, Barry, we saw this a lot this week. He just wanted to keep the ball and run.
He wants to deliver the pop at the end.
Nick Ashley, by the way, the safety here from St. Peter Marion, in the pregame, he was doing the jump and bump with every member of the team. He had to be exhausted. I don't even know if he was in the first half. He must have been. I would have been exhausted. He had a full calf workout the entire way.
That's the first third down conversion of the game for the South squad, and the wide receiver just fell down. Barry going for the end zone. Worcester Tech.
It's Nick Boyd.
Nick Boyd had a couple of those long catches here at Commerce Bank Field at Foley Stadium. I saw them in one game, and they hung it up for for Boyd, and he just went and got it. He was the guy who had a big matchup advantage, good size advantage, and he's a good receiver, good body control in the air. He would just go up and get it. Here's Poppy, following his blockers. Gets stood up and driven backwards. Connor Walker out of Marlboro, going to St. A's.
Yeah, Walker's a big guy, just drives him back. Marcoux in there out of Quabbin.
The clock running down, 1:25 to play here in the third quarter. The South with the ball and the lead, 16-0. All the scoring was done in the first half. Ryan Berry, the quarterback from Algonquin, has been the QB for the South squad throughout. Been very effective throwing and running the football. Berry's been a good weapon for this South squad. Brendan Morrow's in the ball game for Leicester now. Berry from Morrow, incomplete. Berry just threaded the needle there in between 2 defensive backs. Berry delivering a strike. Morrow's going to Nichols. I know the Bison were looking at him for basketball. He's a big target, 6'7". Big kid, really worked hard in the weight room. Tim Griffiths, I remember him talking about him in the fall and said he put in so much work in the summer. He's a guy, he's a self-made man. Made himself a lot stronger, a lot quicker.
Came over, do you see that? And the guy next to him was David Prouty, Driscoll.
Here's the
Rivals.
screen. Slip and tackles. Gelb.
Barry's pass is complete to number 34.
Tough runner. Gelb is going to be a yard short, so the North defense holds, and they will take over at their own 15-yard line with 42 seconds remaining in the third quarter. There's Josh Gelb. Breaks a tackle. Gets close. That's good defense there.
Jared Nelson's been around the ball a lot. Murdoch guy. He hangs on just long enough.
It's a good open field tackle by Nelson.
Comes the rain again, pelting down.
So the North, Seamus Gorman, the quarterback for Oakmont. He's been the quarterback throughout. And he hooks up with Tyler Cantulis out of St. Peter Marion, who's going to Bryant University next year.
He had a lot of different guys, receivers. Talk about P.J. Barry and Cantulis from St. Peter Marion. A lot of guys that could catch the ball, and athletes on the team.
And they're used to this style. Yeah, they're used to the, wide open style.
Slinging it around, yeah.
See if Gorman gets one more playoff. We're down to 7 seconds.
That's the full cam right there. By the way, Full does he no longer has the umbrella man.
And that's not going to happen. So the third quarter has come to a close. The North squad and Seamus Gorman, their quarterback, will talk it over. 1 quarter left for the North to come back. They trail it by 2 scores.
4th annual Mewhiney All-Star Classic on Charter TV 3 is presented by Bay State Savings Bank. And brought to you by our friends at Pucci's Fine Jewelers in West Boylston.
So here's the North squad to open the 4th quarter of play. They hand it off, and the South defense right there. 2 interior linemen bowing up. McGilvery was one of them. Making that stop, man. Gorman is going to sleep well tonight. He has taken his share of punishment in this game. The North squad with 167 yards of total offense, 128 through the air. And the South squad with 229 yards of offense, 139 on the ground. The North actually with 11 first downs to the South's 9. Pretty clean game, only 5 penalties, 3 for the North and 2 for the South. Here's Gorman going deep, and it's intercepted. Picked off on the far sideline by Mike Rosa out of Uxbridge. Rosa, good read on the ball and just went up and got it.
Yeah, it just made a great break on it. You're right, Kev. Read the quarterback and was in good position to jump this one. I like the idea. Go deep, see what you can do, try to make something happen with a good receiver like Sweeney, but Rosa jumps in there and big pick for the U.
Rain is just pouring down. It has been a hard and heavy rain here the entire second half. 16-0 lead for the South squad, and they have the ball inside North territory at the 42 of the North squad. And they hand the ball off. De Jesus with some blockers and speed, still on his feet. And finally run out of bounds inside the 20, down at the 18-yard line. De Jesus has shown some great speed and elusiveness here in this game.
Here's what I like. Sarasoli, who had the big run in the first half for a touchdown, now he's the lead blocker. And he gets out in front and kind of leads the way for De Jesus, who gets a block from a Shrewsbury mate and then one from Sarasoli, and then he just makes, look at, he just finds extra yardage.
Tim O'Neill, the defensive back from North Middlesex, did a nice job to stay with it. He never gave up on the play and knocked him out of bounds. O'Neill going to St. Anselm next year. De Jesus, 3 carries, 65 yards. Ryan Berry to the end zone, knocked away. Excellent defense. I think it was O'Neill again.
Yeah,
it
really
was.
well done, Tim O'Neill. Good position, got a hand up. They were looking for Callanan, he's the big guy. It is pelting out now. Pelting rain. That's Mike Dubzinski holding a umbrella.
Is it?
He's holding a St. Peter Marion umbrella. Dubzinski's got an SPM umbrella.
Wow.
He must have got that from Justin.
Justin Ball gave him that. There he is. Look at him. He's running.
He's got the SPM umbrella.
Full got him on
wait a second. Oh, it's Cushing.
All right,
Cushing Academy. All right.
He was a former coach and teacher at Cushing Academy.
All right. Well, they look like SPM from up here. Wouldn't that be great if Justin sent them an SPM umbrella? Hey, Coach, I got a new job.
Oh, that's great. He's saving Full down there with the umbrella. Full. Full's got his club wear on, his summer club shirt. He's got the big tan going.
Yeah, full summer club wear. I mean, it is soaked now.
Yeah, the 100% cotton shirt does not work well in a rainstorm. Full doesn't care. Foles, if you could go skins for the final 5 minutes, Lacombe will buy you a pizza. Go shirtless. Underneath.
Oh, there's Boyd.
Boyd to the end zone and a touchdown. Nick Boyd, Worcester Tech, with the reception, the yards after. He's into the end zone, and the South squad has struck again. 22-0 now.
I love it. Boyd, remember, he kind of slipped on the wet turf and the last time they went to him. This time, he gets it back, and he makes it count for a touchdown. Nice job.
All right. Here we go. Desautel's. He's 2 for 2 on the drop kicks.
He's just a multi-talented kid.
Yeah, you're
Pitcher,
right about that.
Drop kicker.
That's outstanding.
That one go?
I believe it's up and
did.
through. Yeah, a delayed call. So it'll be 23 to nothing.
McCarthy's, he's reminiscing. He's seeing this drop kick back in the day when he was playing football, the drop kicks.
Back with the leather helmets.
Yeah.
Look at Ryan Berry, keeping it alive, and his eyes are always downfield. He's got a rush all around him. He never looks at the rush. He's just looking downfield. Who can I find? Who can I find? Last minute, finds Boyd.
Boyd has a nose for the end zone. Berry's had a nice game. He's come back. There's Full, and there's Coach Dubzinski. So now he's lost his man. He's lost his cushioning umbrella. Here comes Full down.
Full shirts. Go skins for the final 5 minutes. Lacombe will buy you a pizza. Sean Foley, there he is. Take the shirt off. Just put it in your pocket. And Grady will chip in for extra cheese. Phil Robo and I will buy you chips and soda.
It's a family show, Full.
Full, you got to do it.
You can't do that. I will get you the pizza.
Full has been back in the gym. He's been working out hard. Full, you got to do it,
It's beach season. It is beach season for Full, so he's in prime time.
He's already up at Hampton Beach. He and Andrew Boucher. South squad kicking it off to the north, up 23-0. And here comes the north with a good return. Callahan was in there. Callahan from Uxbridge making the tackle. 15 yards on the return from Kirby Martin out of Monty Tech. Martin's going to Worcester State next year.
Yep.
And here's Seamus Gorman, the Oakmont quarterback, going to the University of New England, has done a nice job in running this offense tonight. Fourth quarter, Kevin Shea with Andy Lacombe. Thanks for watching, everyone. Our fourth annual Joseph Mewhiney Central Mass All-Star Football Game. Phil Robo, our statistician, the best in the business. It's great to have football again. It's just exciting.
It's nice.
You and I were talking about it, just going to the high school practices here, the South practices and the North practices. We were just excited to be around football again.
It is a nice little respite here in the middle of summer for us.
Yeah.
It's hard work for these guys.
That's true. And there's Alex Ferreira from Fitchburg, running hard. Under 8 minutes to play in the game. 23-0, the South squad in front.
The University of New England football, if it's football, old friend Mike Lichten is up there, the former Becker coach.
Oh, that's right.
Who has taken over and started the program at the University of New England.
Interesting. Well, he's going to get a good one in Seamus Gorman.
So if he's going to play football up there, presumably. I mean,
yeah. Well,
I mean,
Lichten would do well to get him out. If he wasn't planning on it, he would do well to get him out.
It's what? It's Biddeford, Maine.
Yep.
I mean, just play football or eat lobsters, basically.
It's true. And you can do both.
You can do both.
Gorman over the middle. Oh, what a grab by P.J. Berry. Berry went up one-handed and made that catch, and he took a lick afterwards.
He's having a monster game. Couple of catches, couple of hits.
You're right.
And another highlight reel.
Whoa.
Grab. Because bearing in on him as he makes it is Gelb.
Look at that.
Woo! And he gets he gets drilled low by
Rosa. Rosa's going for the Chuck Cecil Award.
Yeah.
We're going to have to contact Chuck Cecil and Skype maybe with him next year during the Frenzy and tell him that his legacy lives on. Underneath, it's P.J. Barry again. Another first down. And Barry is ridden backwards. Another great grab by P.J. Barry in traffic. Boy, the courage. He's going up. He knows he's going to get hit. And making this kind of catch. Dan George is waiting for him. These are guys that are going to deliver a lick.
Yeah, Dan George doesn't care that he hasn't played football in like 5 months. He just wants to hit somebody. 6 months, 7 months.
Barry, 3 catches for 51 yards. Yeah, you got to say P.J. Barry's the player of the game for the North squad, and then Ryan Barry for the South, the quarterback.
With another carry for the North, pick up a 12 on the first down.
Ferreira with a good run.
Trokey with the stop. I smell pizza. Do you smell the
too.
pizza?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, full.
Come on, full, do it.
Pizza, it's coming up on that 5-minute mark.
Do it, full, do it.
Full gets led off the field in handcuffs as he's gone shirtless. The shirtless cameraman.
Full, it would be a good scene. The crowd would love you for it. The South is showing blitz. As we talked about, apparently some new rules here. Here's Gorman to the right side, complete to Ferreira. And Ferreira drilled by Tucker Harrell. That's a good
Sutton
open
came
field
to
tackle.
hit today.
Yeah, they really did.
Sammys are here.
Look at Harrell breaking down.
Harrell and the Cowboy.
Look at that.
Oh, man.
That's a great form tackle. That's a perfect form tackle. Wow. Ferreira's got 3 catches for 71 yards, 6 carries for 39 yards. He's having a whale of a football game for the North. Clock is running, 4:35 to play in the game. 23-0, the South in front of the North, but the North driving. Another completion from Seamus Gorman going inside to North Middlesex. Jake Hashey on the reception, and he moves the chains. It'll be another first down for the North as they continue to drive deep into South territory. They're inside the 15, down to the 14. Gorman, 19 of 29 for 167 yards tonight. Here's Gorman again on that quick look in. Hashey stood up at the 5-yard line. It'll be about a half yard short of the first down. You can hear the pad smacking going on up here.
Yeah, I mean, 23-0. Don't get anything mixed up. There's a lot to play for here. I mean, these guys are competing. This is the last time a lot of these guys are going to play football.
Yeah, for the majority of them, this is it. Gorman going to the end zone on the fade. Caught for the touchdown.
Barry.
What a grab by P.J. Barry. What a grab into the shadow there.
It went into the darkness, and I was like, yeah, no way.
I was thinking the same thing.
And then Barry turned around and had the football.
Wow, P.J. Barry's having a great game. What a great game.
That's really good stuff. Really good stuff. The North, they put 3 really good drives together, and this is the first one they've been able to punch into the end zone and finish it off. It's a big deal.
Yeah, that's a good
Expect the
good
onside
offensive.
kick, too.
Oh, you're right.
Because we've already seen one.
You're right, and successful. 3:16 to play in the game, 23-6, the South in front. The North striking, Seamus Gorman, beautiful touch on the football, and P.J. Barry, rather, has been just sensational. Going up and getting it in the shadows. Here it is, they're going to go for 2. Gorman to run, cuts back, and he is dropped short. Short of the end zone. We're going to get another look at the touchdown.
Yeah, here is Gorman going upstairs. Good coverage by Farland, and a one-handed grab again by Barry. Knows where he is, secures the football. It's good defense from the Tantasco player.
Yep. That's a great, great catch, and great concentration as well.
Barry just having a day.
P.J. Barry, 4 catches, 56 yards, and a touchdown. They've all been in traffic. Guys right on them.
Calvin, you good? Yeah, all right. You good? Yeah.
Buchanan, he's got something ready to go
Yep.
here. He's ready to go. He played for Pucko at West Boylston.
That's right. And he coached with them too.
I went to his senior class play at Tohoto. That happened. Mary Sarah Loosemore was his teacher, so she made me go to his class play.
Onside kick, and there's covered by the South.
Godick. Might be the last highlight for one of many for Jared Godick in his career.
So Ryan Berry will bring up the South offensive squad.
Let's see how aggressive they are with a 3-score lead, 23-6.
First down attempt for the South from midfield.
And here's Sarasoli, Max Sarasoli, running hard, run out of bounds. He's got a first down.
A lot of guys have contributed. A lot of guys have starred here tonight. On a night of stars, there have been many.
6 carries, 65 yards for Max Sarasoli. Going to Bridgeton Academy next year. What a year he had for Algonquin. What a memorable season for the T-Hawks. I know it didn't end the way they wanted to, but boy, they had some huge wins this year. That whole division was fantastic this year, with everyone knocking each other off.
Poppy.
Right up the gut. Look at Poppy go. Miranda inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line.
I talked to him on Thanksgiving morning. They got a win over Bartlett, and he was like, this is my last game for Southbridge. He was kind of reflecting. He gets another chance to play here and making the most of it. Good, hard-nosed football player.
Eugene Otieno from Maynard with the tackle. Clock's running, 2:15 to play in the game, and the South's going to keep it on the ground. Good pop, good run too by Quasi Casey from North.
Yeah, I like Quasi just finding seams, just patiently picking his way along the line, and then didn't look like there was much there, and he found his way for about 8 yards, a little more than 8.
Casey, 4 carries, 25 yards tonight. The former North High Polar Bear.
Tell you, John Aloisi's done a nice job of getting the ball to a lot of different guys. A lot of guys contribute. A lot of guys have opportunities here tonight. That's what it's all about, an all-star game, and a lot of guys making plays.
And it's not easy to do that, to make sure that you're rotating everyone in and everyone's getting a touch and everyone feels like they played in the game, you know, not just 1 or 2 plays. And the North defense bowing up big time. That is good D. Good defense. Sticking right with it.
That was a loss of a lot.
Colin Sweeney from Quabbin.
Just keep battling through. Desautel's a funny guy. He'll get a razzing from his guys. Like, yeah, your rush at the senior game was 1 rush for negative 15, 20 yards. But he's got a lot. He's got a lot of accomplishment behind him and ahead of him. So he'll be able to laugh at that one.
Let's see.
Look at this. Look at,
Buchanan. Yep.
it's 23-6.
He wants to know what they got going on out there. I think
intense.
Dave Buchanan was saying you can run the clock a little bit. I think his old coordinator wanted him to stop the clock. He wanted a timeout. He wanted another crack at it for that offense. I think Dave Buchanan was saying, let's see. Yeah, run it. I think he's saying run the clock. There's 1:04 to play. Unless they call timeout, the clock should run, I believe.
I think it may have been a ruling, an on-field ruling on whether or not they were doing clock stoppages.
They did stop the clock here. So it's 3rd down, 3rd and 15. Berry to Sarasoli. Sarasoli is dropped after a gain of 1. And North's going to call for a timeout with 58 seconds remaining. So the North offense wants one more shot at it here, trailing 23-6. Under a minute to play. It'll be 4th down. The South will go for it, up 23-6.
I'll tell you what, I know it's 23-6. It's been a fun game.
Yeah, it has.
You know, both teams have provided us with a lot of entertainment out here, and the guys have really afforded themselves well.
Good showcase.
In another Mewhiney Classic.
You're right. Ryan Berry with some time going to the end zone. Caught for the touchdown. Woo. Berry connecting with his high school teammate Colin Robinson on 4th down.
Rock Chalk T-Hawk one more time.
Look at all those Algonquin guys there, the maroon helmets. Jumping around, celebrating one more time. The concentration from Colin Robinson is outstanding on this, and boy, you can't say enough about the arm and the accuracy of Ryan Berry.
It's going to be an Algonquin post-game show. I've got a feeling in the sportscast tonight.
Yeah, you're right. If we can get P.J. Berry, it'd be nice to get him too.
He had a heck of a game.
But you're right. This is a great play.
This is a good one, and his receiver Robinson knows where the ball's headed. Just makes a play on it.
Right in front of coach's corner. Oof. Look at that. Sean Mulcahy's right there to make the ruling.
All the coaches except for Dubzinski. But wait, no. It was, you know, Coach Dubs was keeping full dry.
He's down there talking
to
some.
McKay. I think he's down there with Coach McKay, who I thought had given him the purple and white umbrella, but it was clarified.
The SPM. It is Cushing Academy. Those two guys, of course, coached together. Justin McKay was the offensive line coach for Mike Dubzinski for years. They won a Super Bowl together.
I mean, we're going to get a text tonight when Coach Dubs is watching this back home. You guys put me on TV way too often.
He was helping out Full for a while there with the umbrella. Our man Full, you got less than a minute to take the shirt off. Shirtless cameraman. Be internet gold, Full.
Full, just put the camera down and just start dancing.
Yeah, Full, do it.
Grady hasn't used your shot in the last 20 minutes anyway, Full. Don't worry about it. Oh, there he is. There's Full. There's the Full shot.
Full's right on it there. Full, that shot's a little shaky, Full. I don't know how many military presses are being done at the gym, or maybe the dumbbells.
Get in the gym, pal.
Over the head dumbbell presses, just like Arnold Schwarzenegger used to do.
I think Full's going to be on the Bravehearts game next week. This is great. We get Full 2 straight weeks.
I love it. Love it, Full. The North squad looking for the hook and ladder.
I think exactly what it was, Kev. And Cumming did well to hang on to it.
The South stacking them up. Under 30 seconds to play. Oh, they're going to call a timeout. The North calls timeout with 29 seconds to play.
Exactly what they were going to. They were going to try to fling this ball out to Ferreira from Fitchburg, and he might have had some room If they could have gotten around Diorio there, and the Holy Name guys converge.
Look at the defense here.
See who just threw his head in there at the end there? Yep. That's the Cowboy.
Great. That is great.
Cowboy's in
and
there.
the Cowboy, if you watch at the beginning of that highlight, he was getting held at the top of the screen. And then he turns, he's got a great motor, and gets back into the play. I love it.
I can't believe you didn't get invited to the Cowboys' graduation party.
That's a good point. I would love it because you know what? It would probably be maybe a lot of Kenny Chesney being played, maybe some Skinnerd. Right in my wheelhouse. Oh, good hit. Spins off the hit. Stays on his feet. That's some tough sledding for Colin Sweeney. Maybe some Cole Swindell. Let's see what Foles is doing here. 19 seconds remaining. Foles still getting in position to get the shot. No grip needed for Foles.
No grip nation.
Nope. That's where we're going to get T-shirts for Foles. No grip needed. With a pirate with a skull and crossbones. Foles.
There's Foles' shot right there from the ground.
Foles. Shirtless, that would have been a better shot. Be a great shot if you were shirtless, Foles. 19 seconds left. Make history. Here's Gorman. Under center. Toss sweep. Bohonic. And Bohonic's run out of bounds.
That's my man. That's
Furtado. Josh Furtado. All right,
yeah,
I like it.
Give it up for Furtado.
I like it.
Who would not be confused for an offensive lineman.
No. Great speed.
They had a good
Furtado.
speed and thunder package down there at Wachusett.
Yep. And that'll do it. The South squad wins it 30-6. We'll take a quick timeout. Andy and I will be back to wrap it all up right after this.
Bay State Savings Bank brings you
Kasasa. What's Kasasa? It's a catchy word for earning cash that just might make you want to dance. Get paid for doing simple things you do anyway. That's free Kasasa checking.
Ask for Kasasa by name at Bay State Savings Bank, proud sponsor of the Friday Night Football Frenzy.
Providing our customers with the highest level of quality, service, and value. Poochie's Fine Jewelry, 205 West Boylston Street in West Boylston.
Welcome back, everyone. 4th annual Joseph Mewhiney Central Mass High School Football All-Star Game. Andy Lacombe, Kevin Shea here, and this was entertaining. As you said, Andy, the score not indicative of how entertaining this game was.
Yeah, it really was. Great performances on both sides of the football. The north side coming up short this year, and I think that evens things out now, 2-2 with things. The south getting a hard-earned win. It was fun all the way around. We had great performances. We had big plays. We had good hit. We had big hits.
Yeah, we did.
They blitzed.
Yeah.
It was a great football game. Big crowd. A lot of money raised for a good cause. And another great year here at Commerce Bank Field at Foley Stadium.
A lot of fun for us to broadcast. So once again, the final, the South squad wins it over the North squad 30-6. For Phil Robo, for Andy Lacombe, our producer director Sean Grady, I'm Kevin Shea. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you again for more football in the fall, but we'll see you this summer for Bravehearts baseball. See you later, everyone.